So, Ari, you can go whenever.
Okay. After this. Hi, everyone.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Oh, we look a little bit casual today,
I'm wearing my grumpy old man hat.
and that's because we're going to our son's for a barbecue after the show.
Where I can be grumpy.
So, looking forward to that.
So hello,
I
everyone.
am showered fresh. Anyway, we're going to start off with the Oracle for the Collective, and it's going to be from, hi Kara, the Kitten Oracle. The adorable little new kitten oracle. And instead of Kara's name, I'm typing kitten.
Well, we went through a K thing yesterday, if I recall right. Carl, Carol.
That's right. That's right. That was crazy. All right. Meow.
Meow. That's right. Well, thank you, Jackie. This is usually what I do when I haven't washed my hair. I put on a hat. But thank you.
And I didn't want to have hat hair because my hair's wet, so I'm not wearing a hat. All right, Mr. O, how about you pick one of these? They're all read up right, I believe.
Right.
Remember. If not, I'll figure it out. What you got? The Magic Wand.
The magic wand.
There's one major guffaw with this deck, but I found it. The thing about this deck is they don't have the cards in the book in alphabetical order, and they're not numbered. That's my one flaw. I wish I'd known that previous to when I did my little spiel about it on social media. It's still a cute deck, however. So, what could the magic wand mean for us? Well, this is a fine predicament, isn't it? Enticed by a swirling, hypnotizing, seductive rhythm, or ribbon, and the excitement of sweeping color. You've found yourself a bit tangled up. What can we say? Our desires are simultaneously simple and complex at the same time. Sometimes that means we lose sight of our goals and wind up a bit confused, even constrained. No matter, nothing here is permanent, and there is no shame in pursuing those brightly colored entanglements in the first place. Take a cue from your cat friends. Just slow down. Take a deep breath, and you'll figure your way out. Once you're free, a little distance will help you accurately assess the situation at hand so that you can choose differently in the future, or at least understand the consequences if you don't. Well, I almost felt a little bit of Seven of Cups energy when it first started there. Kind of like we like to go after, all the color, all the things that swirl and move, like a cat. We want to have the shiny, sparkly things in life. And so maybe we try to go for them. But, sometimes some of that stuff isn't meant for us and we get tangled, we tangle ourselves up in situations that are blocking us from achieving our true purpose. And so, but it's okay. It's all good. We live and we learn as we go through this process of figuring out our place, in this world. And so go after the shiny. Why not? Have some fun. Bring some excitement into your life, and be playful about it. Why make everything so serious? I think we do make things too serious today. We really do.
And here's Sunny.
And here's Sunny, speaking of playful
Hello there.
things. Oh, and I had something I wanted to do today. Well, I might be able to do it. I'll wait a minute. As long as he stays here a minute. Well, that's what we have for the collective, unless you have something to add to the shiny and sparkly stuff.
I used to work on Detroit's first pagan newsletter, Pagan Metro Detroit, and it was called The Magic Wand. And of course,
That's
Wand, right, Fran and Fee and all them. And WAND stood for Witches Activist Network of Detroit. And some people thought we were a gossip rag, but we were
Well,
kind of like truth tellers in a way. We were really,
or even in the Metaphysical.
You betcha. That's right, Jackie. He just always seems to align with the Kara vibe. Why are you doing that, Kara?
Ah, I'm sorry. It's a little interlude for a reason. Do you have any announcements to make, Mr. O?
What? Do you
Any
have something to say?
announcements?
Happy Labor Day, Canada and US,
That's right. Nice.
and stuff like that. Also, this week, Watch Goth Tarot, Banshee will guest star with me as we begin a new month, September, with a special shadow work issue. So that's Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, or you can join that one anytime. It's there for a whole week.
Well, poop.
What?
This is supposed to work, but it's not. And I'm so just. Oh. It doesn't move, but it vibrates.
Oh?
And he's going to freak out over it, I'm sure.
Is it mouse? Is it man? Yes, it am. Yes, it am.
Go get it, son, man. Don't let it vibrate around you there. Okay, anyway. Just something to distract Sonny from getting in my way. But
So that
anyway,
was our card for the collective.
that was our card for the collective. We're going to move on to the readings because we got places to be later. Also, I have added to the mix just one deck. Fall decks are going to be coming soon, but I have the Garden of Enchanted Creatures from MJ Corning, a deck I've waited over a year for.
And Nicole was saying she wanted to get a reading with this deck,
Yes, she did.
right?
So
So
I'll bring it out again if she.
hopefully she will show up and we'll do that,
Yeah.
or whenever. Okay, so I'm going to use the Adrian Tarot. It's semi-ceremonial. Apparently, these lines on the card form a sigil when you lay them out in certain spreads, but I've never done that because I don't understand it.
So what was Jackie's question?
Oh, something about health, I believe. A general health reading.
Okay.
General reading, of course. Let's see what the cards say.
He's freaked out by it. I'm going to shut it off and see what he does once it's off. There, it stopped now.
Well, he does tend to have that. Ooh, ah.
And now he's going to lay on it. Oh, you're so cute.
He conquered it by laying on it.
Says, is it dead? It stopped moving.
Is it live or Memorex? All right, Jackie, general health reading. Card one is the Tower reversed.
Ooh,
I'm just going to throw them out. Ouchies. Card two is the Seven of Cups reversed. I tend to like it when it's reversed. Card three is the Nine of Cups upright.
Huh.
And they subtitle that Fulfillment.
Oh, there are some issues here,
Pretty colors.
but not a lot. I mean, the Seven of Cups, like he said, upright reversed, neither is very necessarily bad. I mean, there can be some issues with it upright. I think here, oh, let's take a look at this, I guess. Here, we've got the.
Another tower, but it's
Oh,
Lenormand's
ironic.
tower.
Oh,
Which is not
Jackie.
exactly the same, of course. And the scythe. Well, Jackie, here we are.
Here we are. So, what do we make of this? The tower reversed indicates to me that, you have to really, your health may be dependent upon how well you take in the information people give you about what you need to do to stay healthy and how well you stay on track. The tower reversed could indicate falling back into old patterns that bring up old issues once more. So, you have to try to be firm and stick with your routines or whatever they tell you need to do to maintain better health.
I like what she said about, falling back into old patterns. Maybe also, and or maybe more specifically, the tower.
You nailed it, Jackie, because that's exactly what I was going to say. Not necessarily your gallbladder, but that you might be going in for a procedure. Yes.
And so the tower reverse could be saying that a certain system in your health has fallen apart. Maybe it's the gallbladder. When I heard what was wrong with my gallbladder, it felt like, oh my God, it's dead. My gallbladder. And so maybe this represents that there
I
is a
think this
certain
represents it.
true,
Yeah.
but in terms of the tarot, this could be saying something broke down, and it's very important that you learn the lessons of that or that you understand what you need to do.
And then when we have, and so see, the reason I went the way I did with making sure you're following everything you need to maintain good health. I mean, obviously your gallbladder may be removed, but beyond that, I think, this is about making better choices, making good choices in your life to move forward on a healthier pattern and path. And you will manifest the good health that you desire.
I like that.
It's all about that. It literally goes bam, bam, bam. And I would just add to that, just throwing it out there, that psych in the institution indicates potentially going in for an invasive type procedure, like a gallbladder removal. So I see it there. And that was the first thing that really caught my eye. Of course, I didn't like the tower, but
Having had my own gallbladder problems, and I did have my gallbladder removed in 2012. Um, it seems to me anecdotally, people's experiences are really a range. I've talked to different people and they've had different experiences. I had somewhat pain in the beginning of that year, and I thought it was my back muscles because it felt back there.
mhm.
And it took a while before they actually diagnosed it, or they diagnosed it quicker than they got around to it. I think it got diagnosed in March and then I got it removed in June. So I had to wait a little bit.
Hey, Christine.
Hi, Christine. But having done that, it just seemed to me like it really did uh, a lot for me that I didn't realize. I mean, I don't think I've had to make serious modifications in my diet since then. I'm not really sure why I got that way anyway, because my eating habits were mostly pretty good. Anyway, I don't want to tangent too much, but I feel that this is saying, taking care of this, maybe there is a possibility of another choice, but the Lenormand, like maybe some extreme diet therapy or something like that. Um, I had numerous gallstones in my bladder when it was removed.
I said what I said. I'm done. Mine was more about your overall health and how to maintain it. And really, it's just a matter of trying to stick to that routine there. And, you may have this procedure. I saw nothing in these cards that indicated any kind of complications or things of that nature. I don't think
Yeah.
the tower, to me, this tower is about that. So, I feel it's more about taking in lessons already from what you maybe have already been going through.
That's a good point because when you were talking about it at first, I felt like the tower represented to some degree a little bit of the past that maybe you are moving away from the idea that you are understanding how serious your health is and that you have to work on reversing that.
That's what we
Hi,
have for
Marita.
you. Good luck with that.
So good luck, Jackie. Thank you.
Oh, hi, Marita. Oh, Shreya, too. Hi, Shreya.
Oh, hi, Shreya.
So that's nine. Let me get you guys on the list.
So good luck. I will keep you in my thoughts and prayers, of course. My big complication with my gallbladder surgery, and this is just something that seems to run in my family because my mother and my sister have had this experience, is that although it's like an easy in and out surgery, I'm in by 6, I'm out by noon or 1 o'clock. They didn't release me because I couldn't quite wake up from the anesthesia. I was just really groggy, and they also need you to void one way or the other, pass a little gas or pee, because I guess that's a sign that the procedure's done, or you've kind of moved to that. And I couldn't do that. So I ended up staying there a whole other day, just laying in bed groggy.
So Lena's up, and her question says spirit reading, but it's just going to be a 3 card reading because it's about her flat and whether she's going to be getting a tenant in the next 3 months.
Ah, okay.
So I'm going to be using the new deck here. You get your first preview. I might use it a few times today. The Garden of Enchanted Creatures. Such beautiful artwork. Was it worth waiting a year for? Well, lots can happen to me in a year at my age, so I don't think I'll be waiting a year for pre orders anymore. No. Anyway, whoopsie. Wow, they are slippery though. Careful. Let me grab that. Wow, yes, they are slippy. She really does good quality cardstock, though. I'm very pleased with that. But right now, for Lena, we have the Two of Swords reversed, which isn't necessarily a bad card. Oh, they're all reversed. What happened? I mixed these up really good. The Knight of Swords is also reversed. Hmm. And the Eight of Wands is reversed. They're all reversed. And they shouldn't be. So maybe we won't be using this deck. Everyone, okay, there's some that aren't. Okay, whatever. So,
Clouds from the Lenormand
ah,
and the letter.
hmm. Well, this is a big bag of stuff here. I like the fact that her print is so big on the cards. I can read them perfectly here. The Two of Swords reversed indicates to me that there could be a potential here for somebody to move in or some movement in this area in the next 3 months. It's possible. Um, but you got to check things out really well here, I think, because the Eight of Wands, to me, make sure this tenant or whoever it is really serious about moving in. And the Knight of Swords is there, and the Eight of Wands is over there. I get the feeling here that it's possible. I look at this 2 ways, Lena, that it might be a bad decision to accept this tenant that, is coming towards you because things just are going to be too chaotic and not work out. Or maybe they're just very wishy washy and they can't make their mind up as to whether they want to move there and it's causing all kinds of confusion and chaos. What do you get out of that?
Yeah, I'm not sure this one or the first one may work out. The Two of Swords may say that there's a decision ready to be made, or you feel like you're moving towards a decision. But I sort of feel that the possible tenant is not necessarily they're not as serious, I guess, as you would want them to be, or that they may be looking at different options themselves. They may just have an uncertainty themselves about what they're really looking for. I get that from the Eight of Wands reversed. And so I wonder if like maybe they nearly commit, but then they pull out at the last minute. I just get the feeling like they're not
Something's
as
up.
serious, or they end up misdirecting themselves. And it could be that if there's another possible client down the road, uh, that might happen. I'm not sure if I can apply this directly to the apartment itself. It just seems to be more linked to a possible client.
Well, don't you think with the Lenormand too, with the letter in the clouds, the dark side of the clouds, that there may be something suspect about them? Maybe their paperwork, like if you check them
Okay.
out financially or references or something like that, that something just doesn't click, doesn't feel right. It might cause you a lot of uncertainty here. So, really, what I would recommend is there is possibly somebody coming towards you. Check them out
Yeah,
really
that's
thoroughly,
really what you
really
got to
well
do.
before you allow them to make a commitment to rent. Or take over your flat, whatever the case may be. I'd be careful
It
and
would seem
just
like the one in this 3 month span is not necessarily going to work out.
it may, but it may be that. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think I agree with you that maybe in this first 3 months, the person or persons that are coming your way are really not the right ones to, for you to work with or to you to deal with. So just be careful out there.
Yeah, I
But
get the feeling they're wishy-washy. They might even change their minds, or when they are needed to really sign the contract or give the deposit money, things flounder.
that's kind of what I think too could happen here. So,
Hi, Empress.
check back with us. If things haven't happened for you, check back with us next month and we'll see if things have
You're
changed
welcome.
on this. And we'll do another 1 to 3 month outlook if needs be. Okay?
You're welcome, lady.
Good luck with that.
And hi, Empress. We can put you on the list.
Yeah, I'll get you on the list. All right, so that leaves us with Namira's up.
Ymera, what do you see coming for love for me? Alrighty. I'm
He's
going.
really into it now.
Him?
Yep.
No kidding,
He
yeah.
turned it over and he's been biting and playing with it there. Get these out of your way.
Yeah, you can see him on the screen doing it.
Yep.
Parts of him.
That was cute.
Yeah, we'll take that question. There are a few in front of you, of course.
Silly boy.
So I'm going to use the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot for Namira's reading.
Hi, Viddy. We'll get you on the list.
Oh, hi, Viddy.
This is where we're at right now, Viddy, just so you know. There we go. All right, Sonny. I'm going to shut it off again. You're silly. That was silly. It's dead.
All right. And it's the upright Knight of Pentacles. It's the reversed Four of Cups.
The Knight of Pentacles? Yeah, I see
Yes,
it.
Knight.
Okay, 4 cups.
And it's the reversed High Priestess.
For love. Okay. Well, the Knight of Pentacles is here. That is somebody who is very methodical, uh, he paces himself. They seem to, they do things very deliberately. So they may be a little bit slow. It may be a little bit slow, in expressing even their feelings for you. They could be an earth sign. They're probably right about your age, I think. And like I said, they seem very dependable and very responsible.
Yes, I see this as a mature, but not necessarily old mature, but about your age, but a mature individual. They could be an earth sign. I feel like Banshee described them well. They seem to be capable and sort of perceptive in a sense of not moving too fast, not moving too slow. And
There's an opportunity
I think
here.
that's offset by
Oh,
this reversed, not offset in a bad way, in a good way, by this reversed Four of Cups, because it seems to me like they've used that time of slower movement or precision or whatever you want to call that to take your measure or to understand that it is an opportunity or that they have decided for themselves they are interested in you. So I believe you may find somewhere in the next several weeks a person like this who maybe is moving towards you.
right. That's the key here because you asked what's coming towards you in love, and I take that card as to be the movement card, not necessarily reflecting anything about this person's personality, but, and Mr. O aptly caught it there that, this is about them moving towards you. I think that there's an opportunity here to establish a relationship with this person, but it might be a little bit slow to start. You might get to know them maybe on a more casual basis before they express their feelings towards you, and I'm getting that because the night kind of operates slowly like that.
Now, having said all this, that final card, the reversed High Priestess, says that they may feel their intuition isn't giving them enough information. It's not that they're not perceiving you, but they're just not sure that they're trusting an intuitive feel. So in other words, they're not reading you and or your possibility to be approachable to them, or something is a little bit off in their ability to look for that opportunity or that situation. So in other words, maybe they're just not necessarily used to the dating game or something like that.
Well, then again, I'm not going to read it related to their personality at all. I think here that for me, because the way I was going with the cards, there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity here, but the whole thing is you do need to get to know each other better to see if you click on a deeper level. Now, that being said, like Mr. O described here, I think this could be this person also wanting to get you to know you a little bit more before they make their move. But I also think it behooves both of you to do that because initially, when you meet them, you might be not totally attracted to them until you really get to know them more. And so I do think there's going to be a process with this relationship. It's going to, and I love that. I love that personally because hey, we didn't happen overnight.
No.
We took a while to get to know each other. So it's always good to do that. And so that's what I think is going on here. So let's see what we got with the Lenormand. Movement again, Mr. O.
Slow boat to China?
Right, that's right. See? Oh my gosh. You had to say that. Look what I got.
Oh,
So,
child. So
well, now Mr. O might look at that and he wouldn't be wrong in saying, I wonder if it's possible this man has or this person has a child from a previous relationship. But I'm not going to go there because the child means a number of things. The child means to me slow movement. Take your time with this one. Really get to know a person who seems like this, kind of slow moving, kind of smart, savvy, but, very deliberate in how they act. And get to know them. Earth sign, get to know them more. Take your time. This could be a really nice journey, but ship travel isn't the fastest travel in the world, and the child grows slowly. So, all of this is saying this is going to develop over time. You may know them on a very casual level before this develops into a relationship.
I wasn't really going to suggest that this was a person with a child, but we never know. And,
I know. Well,
anything
maybe
goes
not.
these days. I did think more like Banshee that this, and it doesn't necessarily indicate the way you should approach them. It may indicate the way they approach you. That, and so it corroborates what that Knight of Pentacles was saying too, in a sense that this is really, they're a person who's interested in investing time and getting to know you over time. Well, good
Well,
luck.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I don't know how long this is going to take. Maybe we'll have to do another reading on that if nothing develops, or in the next week. So good luck with that. That might be a little too soon, but who knows?
Well,
Looks pretty good, actually. So
yeah.
I wish you luck with that, Namira.
All right.
Those,
And it's Angel.
Mr. Rivera.
Mr. Rivera. Oh, so this morning, Banshee's Material Matters was on, and a number of us joined in the chat room to watch that reading. It's a complete reading for each sign of the zodiac. Banshee goes over a number of points about how things are working out for you in the material matter realm, economically or financially. So that reading is recorded with timestamps. You can click on it and go directly to your reading. And of course, it's 3 readings in one because the cards are read for the Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Banshees, Material Matters.
Hey, Angel, did you post a question?
I'm going to look and see, but I bet they didn't.
Or do you want a tarot or oracle reading?
Angel.
I will wait.
Not long.
It's possible he got called away if he's at work.
Wouldn't this be a holiday weekend for
That
him?
could be. I do not know.
He's university, right?
Yep.
Well, happy hour is back next week at 10 a.m., our regular time. It's a single card draw for each sign of the zodiac. No, for every person that comes to the chat room. Sorry, reading the wrong script. And giving an indication of positivity and even divine message from spirit.
There it is.
Hi, Angel.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Well, you're here. So, did you have a question? Because I didn't see one posted.
Oh, okay.
So, oracle. Okay. All righty. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm digging here. I'm digging. I got the book out already, so let's use it. Enchanted Earth Oracle by Jessica LaHood.
There's the cover.
Mr. O, do you want to shuffle and cut?
Sure.
And we'll see what we get. Yeah. Ready? Wow, such a pretty card. Coexist, tolerance, acceptance, unity. Boy, would that we could all do that. Is there a number on that card? Because I'm not seeing it here.
29.
Okay, thank you. Explains that. Coexist. Tolerance, acceptance, unity. We are not free until we are all free. This card has appeared in your reading to remind you that you can coexist harmoniously with people from different backgrounds, with different beliefs and ways of life without fear or prejudice. In a world where differences often breed division and fear, it's so important to challenge assumptions and embrace having an open mind. By welcoming someone from a different path into your life without judgment or hesitation, you create a safe space for genuine connection and deepened understanding. Choosing to share your life openly with people from diverse backgrounds is a powerful act of courage and compassion. When you open your heart without fear of being targeted or isolated, you are reaffirming for everyone who witnesses your bravery that there is no space for intolerance in a united and peaceful future. You demonstrate your commitment to fostering solidarity and acceptance, inspiring others to do the same. The world is full of such wonderful and interesting people. Embrace the opportunity to enrich your life through diverse perspectives, but also open your eyes and mind to others' experiences so you may bear witness to the systems of oppression that don't directly affect you. When you advocate for the rights of marginalized people, you become an ally for others in the ongoing revolution of humanity with a common goal towards freedom and equality for all. Wow, Mr. Rivera, talk about preaching to the choir there. I know you, and I know you are very much into, coexistence, into equity and diversity, and I think it's wonderful. We have to remember that, and especially in the library profession, we have to be there for those who really need us and need to know and feel comfortable in our space. I mean, there's already the situation of librarian and library anxiety, but if people feel comfortable and know they are accepted for who they are, no preconceived notions, no stereotyping, etc., assumptions. They'll be able to learn better, study better. This is really a great card for you to get, as a new semester has unfolded. What's the Lenormand?
The ship and the man, the gentleman, the journey is ongoing. The journey, it's like just part of your life to be always moving for this course.
Right. And I think you are just constantly, keep moving in this direction. And especially today, there's this whole thing about the anti-DEI and all of this stuff. Okay, fine, no special treatment, but how about equal treatment? I mean, special treatment is not equal treatment. I mean, not equal treatment anyway. And all everybody has ever been asking for is equal treatment. And so I think, you've always moved in that direction. And I think maybe you're getting this card because during, what's going on now in our country, this is more important now than ever. And so our universities, which unfortunately some of them are starting to cave to the pressures being put on this by this administration, I think everybody else has to stand up for each other. And it's becoming, we're becoming more increasingly aware of that. All right?
Indeed.
All right. Well, I guess that's what we have for you. Whew. Yeah. Good luck with that. Interesting.
Yes, Sonny's here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, you're very welcome. All right. We are on Airy. And hi, Jamie. I guess I forgot to add you.
Jamie just came in while we were
Just came in.
ranting away.
Okay. There we go.
So basically, you're wondering, Ari, if your mom will get certain vibes from your friend Ella, I guess. Um, what would she think if she met your more recent Aquarius friend? So, reading between the lines, I guess you're wondering if your mom would scope her out in terms of finding out or feeling a reason why, like maybe you need to be, aware of something, or if she's on the level.
Your deck.
I
So
know.
basically, your mom and how she'll feel towards this person.
Yeah, we'll do it that way.
Nutshell.
How will your mom feel about Ella? All right, so I'm going to use my Midnight Boulevard.
Right. Oops. So put that booklet back.
Midnight Boulevard by Tavada.com.
Oh, I want to use that. I'm just going to use that, but I should use some of these decks that are going to go away soon. Like maybe it'll be time to put the dog deck away for a while. All right. Okay.
The first card is the Magician,
Upright.
upright.
Nice.
The second card is Death, upright. And the third card is the Two of Cups, upright.
Wow. What? Well,
Well,
I will say one thing, Ari. Don't look at that death card and think your mom is going to kill her. That's not going to happen. No worries. But what is this about? Okay, I pulled this first.
okay, clarifying nothing in particular. And clouds. Okay, that's interesting, I guess.
Well, I think she's going to like your friend.
I do too.
I think she's going to see a lot of good here for you. You know, that maybe this person is, maybe your mom is going to feel this person's a cut above, whether right or wrong, your mom's going to think this person's a cut above other friends you have had, perhaps here, because
Okay.
everything looks good. She feels like she relates to her really well, or she would relate to her really well. Compatibility right there with that Two of Cups. The Death card indicates, like, I'm seeing this as like she thinks this is a real good change for you or a good addition to your life, right?
Well, I see these cards in perspective to how your mom would see you and Ella as friends. And so I think she sees you guys as having a good, trustworthy, harmonious friendship. I think that maybe she feels that Ella would bring change to you that would probably be big
Positive
change,
change.
but would be good
Yeah.
change. And the magician, I guess maybe she thinks Ella really is maybe combining those two, that kind of change agent. The magician is somebody who can cause things to happen, who has powers of manifestation or will. So I feel like she feels Ella is a good influence for you.
You know what? When I saw the magician card, I thought about some of the powers of magic, and I get the feeling that this just means she'll charm your mom. She will charm your
Oh,
mom.
that's a good point
So I
too.
kind of think that.
It doesn't take away from what I
No,
said.
it certainly doesn't. And I like what you did there. I just took it a different way, just about how your mom would feel about her. And, but about the friendship itself, he's right. She thinks that you two click and it's okay with her because she's charmed by her and she thinks this is good for you. And I don't know why I have the man here and the clouds, but maybe because the light side of the clouds are facing the man, that she might be feeling right now that maybe you just hanging out with Ella could bring better people into your life, better
it's hard for me to extrapolate to
Yeah,
that,
it's hard for me to
but
extrapolate
yet it's
that too.
sort of like almost like sort of like nudge nudge wink wink. Maybe it could be saying that, um, because it feels like maybe she thinks Ella would bring clarity to your feelings about men or wanting to meet
Oh,
men because this is less confusion, right? So maybe she feels Ella will help you understand certain things about men that maybe you don't know, or that maybe your mom thinks you should know, or she thinks Ella would know.
well, and but beyond that, we've also looked at these as gender neutral cards sometimes.
That's true.
So if this is about Ella and your mom, of course, I think that this is Ella here, and your mom is believing, like Mr. Rose said, or thinking after meeting Ella, that, this is good for you. She'll bring more clarity and more happiness into your life. She sees that, that this is positive and light for you rather than anything that she needs to be suspicious about.
I like that.
Yeah. So I hope that made sense for you. Good luck with that.
I think she will like Ella
I
and
think
will
she'll,
approve of your friendship.
I think she'll like it a lot.
Alrighty.
And she
And a
has
couple
them.
people have given us their readings, so that's great. We'll be able to scroll back to that when it's your turn.
Alrighty.
So we are on Kara then. What does Odin have for you?
Yeah, now that you've completed that project, eh? Or that challenge. All right. Well,
Hmm,
oh, sorry. Here you go.
thank you.
Okay, I guess that will be my reading.
Okay.
Odin's got a stick. See, so one's upright. Oh my gosh, he's got another project for you. He's got another challenge for you.
Yeah,
Wow.
Odin really does want you to start something new. And it is something that is either entrepreneurial for yourself, or maybe it's about interacting within a network, maybe where you can either be a vital person or whatever happens in this network is also helpful to you. And it could be online or anything really.
I won't rule out that it's related to what you've been doing, with
True.
your art or another art project, but whatever it is, he's got something planned for you. So let's see why this is important. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I moved it. What? He wants you to manifest something. Look at that. You got the magician upright. We just had that with a different deck in the other reading. The magician upright is all about manifestation, and he wants you to bring something to life.
It's probably the art you've been doing on. Maybe he wants you to take it to the next round of, getting it out there, or publishing it some way.
Or if you have another idea in mind, he's kind of saying, maybe you ought to go with this and manifest it. So,
Where will it lead?
jeez. This
We
is
want
like
10%. Uh, yes. Get busy.
create,
Get busy.
create,
Create.
produce. He wants you working on what? I'm not exactly sure, but he wants you moving. Let's see if the Lenormand gives us any clue here. The Empress upright is all about productivity, creativity. So maybe he wants you to produce something and manifest something again in the creative arts.
Well, there are those darn little mice, but maybe they're not going to be a problem because it's the coffin.
He thinks that you doing this
Will.
will put an end to any stress or anxiety in your life. that the more things that you create and do like this, the more it builds up your confidence and makes you less stressed, or just gives you a better outlook on things. You know, you feel more enthusiastic about life, you feel better.
If your life outside of the Rune Project and or similar projects has just been sort of, a lot of little problematic things there, this puts an end to it. Focusing in this new direction gives you something better to do, and maybe will work away the small little problems or anxieties.
I don't think you had it much. I mean, sure, you might have stressed out if things didn't come your way. I remember you mentioning one time about not drawing people well and stuff like that. But you know what? The more you do, the better you get.
That sounds really cool, Kara. I still want 10%.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty nice. I like that. So maybe you should definitely get involved in that. Maybe that's what Odin is looking at here. It's a very positive
Right.
reading
It kind of
because even
fits the
if you
bill.
look at the Lenormand, that's all about eliminating even the most minor annoyances and anxieties you're feeling.
Yep, I agree.
So this is all very, very positive. So get immersed in something new. You
Leaf.
know, if your brother
Nice.
has brought that up to you, run with it. Why not run with it and say, let's get this started?
You ought to do it.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
You can even come up with your own version of Sunny.
Leaf. I like that.
Very cool, Kara. Hello.
All
What are
right,
you going to do
Christine
now?
is up.
Jump down?
Hey, you're welcome. It was great. Great reading. It's like to have a happy reading here and there. All right. Bye,
All right,
Sunny.
Christine is up. What does Spirit want you to know? Thanks in advance. All right.
What was
All
that
right.
last part?
You'll have to scroll back then. What does Spirit want her to know? So that's going to be your reading again, too, right?
Yep.
So I will use the Crow's Magic Tarot, which is a semi-shamanic kind of feel to it. All right, and this is, of course, your reading again. What does Spirit want you to know? It's the Three of Wands upright. So Spirit may want you to know that this is a time for you to use some cleverness to perceive what are opportunities coming to you or how you may take advantage of them. This is, the keywords under this are ingenious and savvy. This is sort of saying, channel into the cleverness because there are things awaiting you that maybe you haven't thought about or will be a surprise, but they are definitely kind of synced to your hi Garima,
We'll add you, Garima.
that are synced to your potentials.
The Three of Wands to me kind of indicates that what you need to know right now is this is a time for you to consider new avenues of exploration, new avenues for adventure, adding a little bit more excitement in your life. This is a time to overstep, step beyond your boundaries and your limitations and explore some new ideas, some new things, whether it's physical, tangible things or whether it's all, here. This is a time for exploration and adventure.
And I like that fox there. That's why I was using the cleverness angle too, and of course the keywords ingenious. So why is this important, Christine? And it's the upright chariot.
Maybe a travel's in order.
Maybe.
going someplace you haven't been before to explore something new. I'm just throwing that out there because sometimes a chariot can be travel. But
That's
go
true. We
ahead.
can't talk about travel.
Yeah.
I think that maybe Spirit wants you to realize the nature of your cleverness because you may find there that this will motivate you to move forward in some area. Maybe it is about making travel plans, but it could be about making other plans or about moving towards other accomplishments. You're possibly still angling for a new position. You're also angling for, more things to happen in the Taekwondo stuff. So this could be saying these are things that are coming to you and that they will spur you, knowing that these opportunities or these clever ways of moving ahead are there will really spur you to engage and help you out with that.
So, taking on an adventure or stepping outside of your comfort zone and exploring new things, new ideas, new things, will really get your heart pumping. It'll get you moving. Maybe you'll want to do more. Maybe you'll want to explore whatever this is more and learn more or dabble in it more, whatever it is. I think there's movement here and there's growth and momentum. There's momentum that comes from all of this. So, where is it leading, though?
And it's leading to the Three of Cups upright. By the way, we see you, Holly, so we'll get you on.
Hi, Holly.
And so the Three of Cups, the keywords underneath are fruition and realization. So, Christine, obviously, Spirit is saying watch for something to happen that maybe can employ, strategic assertiveness in your personality or in your drive, because it will bring you to some sense of satisfaction for something you're really going to achieve. And of course, a lot of times traditionally the Three of Cups talks about a celebration with kindred souls, family, whatever, maybe at an event or a celebration of an event.
So I think what all of this is leading to is joy and happiness and possibly potentially making new connections with other people. I mean, you may find something, in whatever you do. Maybe it's a group you join. Maybe it's an event you go to where you learn about something and you want to learn more and you meet people that, new people that you're interested in. I think this is a time of making new connections even through this process.
There are two threes.
Yeah.
So that's very much about manifestation too. All right. And in our Lenormand, we have first the book and the bear. Oh, nice combo.
So I really think you're going to feel very, very empowered here by exploring new things. And the book is here too, so the book is like really diving deep on something new. Whether it's some cultural traditions, whether it's a spiritual path, whether it's I don't know, books or learning, possibly more study, whatever the case may be, you'll meet new people of like mind and you will enjoy making new companions. And this will just expand your horizons, which I also think is a part of the Three of Wands card. So,
I like this resonating for you,
yeah.
Christine. Good luck.
So good luck with that. Taekwondo, very good. Okay. Aha, yeah, you could always be meeting new people as well. Every new tournament, in a way, is an opportunity for that. All right, Marita's up.
Hi, Marina. Reading for the week ahead. What is coming?
All righty. Let's see what I got here. Let's bring out the pumpkin
Excuse me.
deck.
You're welcome, Christine. Thank you. Yes, everybody, we like everybody to tell us, where we're right or what's going on, or to tell us, we blew it.
Okay,
We
so
don't get a lot of that.
this is what's coming towards her general, right?
Uh,
The week ahead, right?
oh, right.
Yeah. All right, well, we have the Knight of Swords here, upright. I like this because we have the Devil, but it's reversed. And we have the King of Cups reversed.
Okay, a little bit of things.
I like this. A little mixed bag, but nothing bad. Too bad.
It's the lady, so that may be you. And the book.
Hmm. Well, I think you might find out something this week
Yeah.
because of the book. I'm just going to go right to that and say, to me, it seems like you're going to find out something, or it's possible too that you will also be wanting more information about something that you find out, maybe. I'm kind of thinking there'll be a follow up to that. So, some information's coming, and that might tie into the Knight of Swords here a little bit too, where I feel messages might be received or information might be coming in that'll be important to you and you're going to want to follow up on. And I think here too that this is a week of movement. Things are starting to come together and move. And I feel like if anything has been blocking your progress or your momentum, or even you from moving things forward, you're gonna break free from that cycle now. Things are gonna start moving for you, and you are going to start moving. I'll stop there.
There's definitely, you're finding it out something, and maybe I agree, or I also think that it is about where you're moving towards, and you're moving towards something where maybe you feel you have to apply a little bit of your own confidence and or self-bravery to feel like, yes, I'm confident I can do this thing. It may not necessarily be something totally new. It may have been something that maybe was just slowly moving, but now it may seem like it's picking up. And to some degree, a lot of this is forged by how well you can actually know this, like we said with that, but also too because swords are about clarity, about understanding.
Now the King of Cups reversed here. I I'm kind of a different mind with this, and the reason being is that I feel here that whatever you're finding out and getting more information on is going to dispel any kind of depression or lack of confidence in yourself. But it's the King of Cups. I feel like if you've been feeling emotionally unsettled about something or anxious about something, I kind of feel here that it's going to be dispelled here by what you're able to find out.
Well, are you finding out, in fact, that maybe certain limitations or barriers to movement are also being released? Maybe that's why the movement's happening, because what has happened is any person or situation that was holding you back or was sort of saying, no, you can't do this, we're not allowing this for some reason. And of course, there's always the idea that maybe some of that is yourself, that maybe finding that confidence that I mentioned earlier here is also about realizing that sometimes you're the person who puts the brakes on your confidence by saying, no, I can't do that. You could have put the limitation on yourself. But ultimately, I think I agree with Banshee. I think this is about saying releasing those feelings will eventually clear up and maybe begin this movement that we see over here.
So, as I've already said, I think the Lenormand just ties in perfectly with, these two cards, I think, here. So, you're going to find something out, and messages are going to be received, and it's going to get you moving in a particular direction that will clear up any kind of anxiety or self doubts or anything like that you might have had, or unhappiness. So, I don't know exactly what it is, but I wish you luck with that.
Good
Some
luck.
positive news is coming. I think some news that will get you moving in a positive direction is coming this week. So good luck with
Right.
that. And Shreya is up.
Right? Okay, and you know, Shreya, I thought you may have mentioned Rohan before. I'm not sure. It sounds slightly familiar, but okay. Thank you for this question. So you're basically wanting to know if this arranged marriage will work.
It's compatible. Okay. My deck?
All right. No, that was
Oh, you're right.
yeah.
All right.
All right. So I'm
Pick
going
your
to
deck.
use my Dark Angels.
All right.
Tarot.
Mm,
And of course, we wish you luck for that. And if the answer seems vague, we'll try to do a yes or no then to give us more clarity for that.
how would it be vague? They want to know if they're compatible. So yes, no would not.
Will it work out?
Oh, will it work out?
And are we?
Okay, so if it's negative too, because reversed cards and all, we might want to check that.
So we'll see when we understand what the cards are telling us.
Okay. Well, that's nebulous. It's not bad, but it's not helpful. Let's see what we got.
All right. So the first card is the Magician,
Oh,
and it's upright.
nice. Boy, that magician is coming up a lot in our decks.
And the second card is the Ten of Pentacles, and it's upright. And the third card is the reversed Page of Cups.
Okay.
The Lily. The Crossroads.
So I'm of two minds with the Lily and
Yeah,
the
there's a little bit of
Crossroads,
two minds here.
but we'll get to that. I'm liking some of what I see here, but you're going to have to refresh me a little bit.
Okay, that's the Magician up right
Yes.
there.
The magician upright indicates to me that this could work out. I think both of you are bringing something into this relationship that could manifest future happiness. I think it's possible here by the looks of this card. I think that and again, I'm wondering too if this might not be readily apparent right when you meet them, but over time, it just seems like that things are going to start to click more.
A lot of times the Magician can be about all of our talents, especially though willpower. And I'm taking this as a sign that your wills are compatible. They're not necessarily vying for who's on top. Though that may happen at times. That's normal in a relationship for people to play to their strengths at different times. But I do feel that this represents that sense of mutual goals or mutual aims.
It seems as though if you both are in the right mindset, which it looks like you probably are, you can make this work. If there's a will, as Mr. O says, there's a way. And I think that this is a positive sign and moving right into that.
And the Pentacles, and I think that means
great
support from your families. I think that means that maybe there's good support from people who will care about you. It may not be everything, but it would be helpful.
I'm hoping that this does mean that both families will be in agreement on this, and also that this could indicate to me the potential here that this relationship can be good for you long term.
Yes.
There is long term implications with the Ten of Pentacles. So I really like that. And that kind of ties into the lilies later as well. So we've got this Page of Cups here reversed. And see, that's the one thing I think that initially things might be a little bit unsettled or unsure. Maybe you're not sure how you feel about each other at first, and obviously with arranged marriages, there is that sense, you have to get to know each other. You have to understand what makes each other tick and where you guys can if you guys really can mesh together well. And so I think it's going to be a little bit tricky at first and a little bit anxiety inducing.
I think you have to give yourself some time and realize that this sort of represents that the initial rush of this or feeling of this is a sense of an incuriosity that maybe you're sort of a little bit both withdrawn because you realize, of course, you're doing the thing your parents want you to do. So you want to be good natured about it, but you will have to come to appreciate each other a little bit better. And most of the indications are that this will happen. Don't rush yourselves trying to become more than what you are at a stage you're not ready for yet.
Now, the crossroads and the lilies have two implications for me. One is rather more neutral. It's really hard to say if this is the direction you want to go to create a long term relationship. But again, considering the way the cards are going here, I'm thinking that this decision to make this a long term relationship is probably a good one. It's probably a good one.
It represents a sense of growth or evolving or
Evolvement over
becoming something,
time.
right?
I think you will grow into each other more over time for sure, by the looks of things here. And a lot of it is really, really going to hinge on too, because, I understand how this works with both families playing a role here, how both families can work together on this. If it's all going to be, you get the support from both sides. So I hope this works out for you. I wish you success.
So Shreya, I just want you to promise though that if you guys do get married, you'll still come back once in a while and ask questions.
Yes, absolutely. So I wish you much luck and
Good luck.
let us know how things turn out. We
We
definitely
really want to know.
know.
Mhm.
And the Empress is up.
Hey, Empress. I'm still remembering the other day at happy hour, you got the Emperor.
All right.
Okay, Empress, may I please ask, is my person going to marry me this year, or do you see any engagement from them, please? All right, I'll take those Lenormands.
I want this one. I wanted this one, I think. Yes, I'll give it to you.
Mhm.
Yeah. There you go. All right.
Thank you, Jackie, for that. We are a loving little tarot tribe here.
Well, Sonny did spend some time with us, but he has flown the coop. All right. Okay, so we have the Five of Coins upright. Wow. We have the Four of Coins upright.
You're welcome, Shreya.
And then we have the Nine of Wands reversed. Hmm.
May I please ask if my person is going to marry me this year?
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
Did you want to put the Lenormand out there? Thank you.
Okay,
I
the
need
sun
this. Oh, yes. Okay, good, good, good.
and the clouds.
The light side is towards the sky.
Yes.
I like that. So let's take a look at this. The Five of Coins, I don't know. Is this person in a very good financial spot right now? Are they concerned about being ready for, being engaged right now? They may be having some financial difficulties that maybe are making them think twice about making this move too prematurely.
I sort of see that. I see something else too that just sort of says that maybe they sort of feel on the outskirts of things that they're maybe this clearly is a sign that they don't know that they feel they're ready for marriage. They sort of feel like they're a little bit distant from the concept, or they need encouragement on some level, that maybe they're not comfortable thinking this all for themselves. Maybe they need some encouragement, or maybe they need somebody to give them something to make them feel more about that.
Yeah,
It's a
I don't
little
know. Do they not feel comfortable around your friends or family? Maybe there's something about that. So, but I almost wonder if it's financial, that maybe they're just waiting till they're on more solid ground.
could be.
But let's take a look. The Four of Coins here, the Four of Coins indicates to me, personally, if I have to look at this in a love relationship, that they feel you're very precious to them. They highly value you. They feel positive about you. So I don't think it's anything about you that might be holding this up.
That's a good point. There are, I mean, I don't know if you've had discussions before about where your relationship's going. There are people who live incredibly long times with somebody without even thinking that they want to be married, and they don't, even if children are born. And of course, that's not a lot of people, but it does happen. So I'm just saying maybe they're in the moment right now of just really realizing how much you mean to them, but they haven't put it together with where that should go.
Yeah, but go on.
So the last one?
Well, the Nine of Wands reversed. They're not ready yet. They're not ready to pop the question yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure it's going to happen this by the end of this year. Hey, but it's still a long time till the end of the year. So I wouldn't give up hope, because you do have the sun and you do have the clouds here. Um, what?
Well, in terms of this idea about marriage, they're not
I'm
really confused. They're not confused about this. They sort of just are taking it as it goes. They see a lot of brightness and good things in their lives. So the Five of Coins could be saying this is a darker or a deeper part of their thinking that they're just not really adjacent to in some respects.
I just think it basically means they're not materially or physically ready to make this move yet, but they're clear about their future and what they want. And I almost think that they must want you in their future, because why would the Four of Coins be here? I feel like they want to possess you in some way. They feel you're an important part of their life. And the sun indicates positive energy here, that they feel happy around you, that they feel joyful around you. But I just don't think, for whatever reasons, that they're quite ready yet to pop that question.
Yeah, so we're going to say probably not.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for now. But like I said, it's 4 months away, the end of the year. Maybe in another month or so, we can do a progress report on that. If
Sure.
nothing has changed and you've told us we're wrong and they've popped the question. So I want to wish you luck with that. Good luck with that.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's move on to
Viddy.
Viddy. Hi, Viddy.
Viddy, if you're here, did you leave us a question? I'm looking for it. Also, we'll need one from Garima eventually too, if we haven't gotten it.
It's all right.
So I will mention shows. Like we are back on Thursday night from 7 to 9 for our second week show of streaming. And Viddy, did you leave us a
Hey,
question?
Viddy, are you here? Because we need your question now.
You're welcome, Ari. I thought that was a pretty good reading for a change.
That was a really good reading, Ari. I hope it works out.
Well, we may have to move on from Viddy because I'm not seeing their question. Let me look again one more time.
Yeah, I just saw them say hello.
They may have just said hello. And that's okay. It's a holiday week. Um,
Just give a few more seconds, because, yeah, we've got to get going. We have a place to be after our show today. All right. Let me take a look at things here. All right. All right, we're gonna have to move on from Vidi.
Jamie's, do you have a question for us today?
If they come back, we might be able to get them in, but I'm not putting them on the list again
Yeah,
today.
because we do have to go somewhere, so we're only
Oh,
going to wait so long.
just above. I don't see it anywhere.
What does Spirit want me to know?
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
wait, I
we'll
don't
hold
see a
off on
video.
that.
Let's take a look and see.
I don't see it. Hi, Vidi, you might have to post it again. I'm sorry. And then we'll get to Jamie.
Well, I play with that live and top chat, so I'm looking to see if Viddy did leave the question there.
Yeah, for some reason, I'm not seeing it.
We have that problem occasionally where people are pretty sure that they posted a question, but we didn't get it. It could be something to do with our own servers or things.
Well, I'm glad
So,
it wasn't negative either, Ari. I'm surprised they were just all positive, all good stuff. So,
can you try again, Viddy?
yeah, Vidi, we'll wait for a few moments, but you're going to have to post it again.
It seemed really positive, Aries, so hopefully.
Okay,
Okay, we can do that too,
we'll do
Viddy.
that. Let's do Jamie's because we've got what the spirit
We'll
needs
do
to know.
Jamie's and then
Okay.
thank you too, Holly. We'll get you all.
Hey, your deck, I think, right?
Oh, yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to use the Tarot of the Ages. Haven't used that in a while. And Jamie asked, what does Spirit want them to know? So that'll be your reading again.
I pulled these. Oh. Hmm. Okay.
Okay, what does Spirit want Jamie's to know? And it's the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords says there may be some information you need to find out. It is
I'm just laughing because that's such an ambiguous card as the first card. What does spirit need you to know? That there's something you need to
that
know.
there's something you need to know. But it may tell you that maybe you have to work hard at finding this out, that maybe it's possible somebody's keeping it from you, or maybe it's information that you have to possibly be sneaky about yourself in getting. There's a good chance that you have to be sneaky about trying to find out something you need to know. It could be something that advances you, but maybe it's being kept from you, or maybe it's not being openly available for you for some reason. What do you think?
Um, I don't know. I think there's something, I'm just thinking there's something like hidden that you need to know. Now, I don't know if this is relating to maybe some of the court cases, that you're working on, or if it's something else. Is it about your health or your recovery efforts? I could see a couple different things here.
Well, remember, there's a possibility that she thinks the sheriff is covering up something with,
Yeah. So,
and that
yeah,
could be
it
pertain
could
to that.
very well be that.
Swords, law enforcement.
So why is this important? Let's take a look at that. Maybe that will clarify.
So why is it important? And it is the Empress, and it's upright. There is something maybe here because the Empress seems to indicate that you could create something here that is helpful or beneficent or productive. It could be something just creative, but out of this case, you could be, resolving things or bringing balance or achievement to certain things.
Well, I think why is this important that you need to know something you don't know yet so that you can apply, all your energy and your efforts into what needs to be done here, something that needs to be done maybe. And, in order to set things right, you need to know this information. The Empress can also be about your health too and your physicality.
Oh, that's right.
So I can't rule that out either here that you need to know something in order to get healed and get back to up to where you need to be completely.
So where will this lead you? And it's the upright Ace of Cups.
Nice.
It leads you to a much better place because it leads you to the beginning of appreciation or value for what you have in your life that you know is respectful of life, respectful of you, is loving towards you, or allows you to be loving towards who you need to be.
Well, whatever you do and whatever you find out is going to put you in a more heart-centered place. I mean, here you will feel better about things too. More joy and confidence, I think, from knowing whatever this is. So whether it's the sheriff's info or something else, you really need to know this to feel better about a situation, and you can work more productively and constructively on solving or figuring out, or moving forward in a constructive direction. And I don't know here, this is kind of weird. This is a weird reading, Jamie, because, we've got the Ace of Cups up right here, but let's look at what happened here.
The heart and the cross.
It's almost as if something's weighing heavily on your heart or your emotions at this time. And I'm wondering here if it's because of the uncertainty of not knowing something. And once you can gain that certainty, and I'm wondering here, now that I'm looking at this, I'm wondering here, you realize you don't have all the facts about something or you need to know something. So, why is that important? Because you need to move on figuring it out. Maybe the Empress is here saying, get moving, put your energy and your efforts into figuring this out. And then, where things would be heading, you'd be in a much happier place. You'd feel much better about things once you knew one way or another what this is. And it's weighing heavily on your heart right now, not knowing. I think that's how this fits to me.
It might be about the ex-best friend. I'm not sure.
It could be.
It
I
could
can't
be.
rule it out.
I mean, certainly that could be weighing heavily on your heart. I don't know that that necessarily interacts with that, but maybe you do.
Yeah. So whatever this relates more to, I just think you'd be put more at ease and feel better about things once you had some either confirmation of something or learn something you need to know. And
Good luck. Thank you.
you can feel much better. That's what it is. And it's weighing on you until you do.
Good luck.
So good luck with that. All right, Vinny, let's try again.
And Vinny has left a question.
Okay.
That's going to be your deck. Thanks, Vinny. Higher self messages regarding career and finances. Working with my dad personally, but wish to do something by myself. But I'm not putting in too much work.
I
Guidance,
think we can
please.
do it with 3 cards. Let's try it. All
Okay.
right. Take that. And I'll use this one. Oh boy. I hope you can. Good luck with the truck.
Yeah, that's a big job, I'm sure.
All right. All right, career and finances. You got the Eight of Swords reversed. But at the same time, you have the Ace of Swords reversed. Hmm. And you have the Nine of Swords upright.
All right. So
Hmm.
here's the fish and here's the cross.
Well, it's not looking too rosy for a while here, I think. Message regarding your finances. Yeah, you wish to do something else, but right now, oh gosh.
Eight of Swords reversed.
That was the first one. I thought that
Yeah.
was the second one.
No, the Ace of Swords was
Yes,
the second
yes.
one.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so clearly here, I see with that Eight of Swords reversed, you really would like to break free from working, I think, with your dad and do something else. This card specifically really relates to that here. You almost feel like mentally and in other ways, you feel, well, I think more mentally and inside of you, you feel this urge and you're ready on that level.
I agree. I almost feel like because you're asking for guidance, maybe this is saying really you have to make that break. You have to break out of that thing.
Like
And
that.
that's
I like that.
possibly very daunting for you, Vidya, because this is saying like really you have to tell your dad, no, I'm not coming in today because I'm doing this. And you might not have a this to do yet. You know, you have to have something to occupy you.
Well, they need money too.
Right. I
So.
mean, so this may be saying that really you have to put yourself out there to find the other job. But I like what Banshee said too.
And financially, it's really the same thing here. You have to break out of whatever is holding you back from, achieving the financial stability and security you want. And the Ace of Swords here reversed is kind of indicating to me you're not very clear. You're really uncertain on how to do this. I think there's a lot of uncertainty and not a lack of clarity of direction of where, how to do this.
Right. To me, that Ace of Swords could say that, considering all of your experiences in education, right now you may have doubts about that direction. You might feel like you don't for sure understand what direction you should go into. But having said that, you do feel like you have an energy. You just need to know for sure, or you need to feel more confident about the direction you want to go in.
And that one again?
Is the Nine of Swords.
Yes, upright.
Yeah.
You have a lot of worries and anxieties here that you have to overcome. I think here you're perfectly capable of overcoming them. This is that ability to pull yourself out of this kind of thinking. Don't think you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't have what it takes. Put your anxieties aside and really try to go out there and do it. Clearly, finances are on your mind, with the Lenormand as well, because, there's a lot of grief or worry over money. And so maybe right now you're also afraid of putting yourself out there because what if you fail? And maybe your father might not be able to offer you, work again. And then you're going to be left, in a bad situation. Try not to think of try not to think of what could go wrong. Just go and try to get yourself, to a new job. I think you're fully capable of doing it, but you have to conquer a lot of fear and anxieties here.
The Nine of Swords is a troublesome card because it does seem to indicate you are dealing with this from that point of view. And the only thing that guidance we can give you is that you have to try to find ways to be more positive. You have to look at a sunnier side of life. You have to avoid people or situations that don't enforce uh, a more positive view for you or don't add hope to your aspirations. If you hang around with people who say, well, you never should have done that, you always should have been doing something different, that's not going to be helpful to you. You need to find good reinforcement, even Vidi, if it only comes from yourself, that you can get up and look in the mirror or wherever and tell yourself, you're going to get through this, and you have that confidence in yourself. And I believe you're still young, so I know, it'll happen. A lot of young people have a hard time finding where they're going in life. And then at some point, hopefully it does click in. We want to support you too. We feel for you.
Well, let me just say this, that everything I see in this reading has nothing to do with the outside world blocking you. Everything I'm seeing here is here, it's within you, and so you have to conquer your fears or lack of confidence and just put yourself out there and keep trying. And yes, we all get rejections or we all don't get replies back for jobs and things of that nature, but you're just going to have to keep trying.
We
And I
hope you
think
can.
you can overcome this. This is definitely overcomable. There's nothing out there that is blocking you. It's really all in here. So, according to this reading, anyway. So, good luck with that.
Good luck, Judy.
And we are on Garima and then Holly. And I think we should close the list
Yeah, we should close the
because
list.
we've got someplace to go. It's a holiday weekend. So, I'm going to post that. And then I'm going to post the list is closed. Thanks to everybody for coming today. And we will read for who's left on the list here. Let's
Yes.
hit it. There it is. Okay. Alrighty, so Garima posed a question.
I'm looking. I don't know that they did. Garima, if you're here, we'll need your question.
Yeah, I don't see it. All right.
We'll give you a minute. We can do that.
There. All right. Take those.
So in the meantime, I'll mention again that we are on uh, Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. for this show again.
And I believe we'll have a birthday reading. Or is it
That's right.
Sunday? No, it's Thursday.
Judy Conda. And happy hour will be on Saturday at its normal time, 10 a.m. Most of our shows are pretty much normal time, so just check them out, please. And Garima, if you're here, we're getting close to saying
Last call for Garima.
last call, and it will be the last call because, like we mentioned, we have a party to go to for Labor Day, so we are gonna have to cut you dry here. Hopefully, you'll make it back some other
Unless
time,
you
though.
absolutely come before our shutdown time, but I'm not adding them back on. Okay, Holly, I think you are up.
And Holly gave us a question, so I'm happy. Let me just scroll back towards that.
All right.
And that's a maybe. I don't see it. Holly. Go ahead and give us a question, Holly. Let me keep looking for it. Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, I could only go so far again.
Why am I feeling so bad today? You did write that, Holly. I don't know why, but I can't scroll back further. Maybe it was up there further, but we have it now. Thank you.
Thank you,
We
Holly.
got that, Holly. Thank you. Why am I feeling so bad lately? Whose deck is it? Mine?
I don't know,
Yours?
this chat, I don't know why we're having glitchiness. It's, did I do those Lenormand?
I don't remember.
What were they?
I did
Oh,
Tarot
it
of
was
the
the
Ages.
cross and the, uh,
Well, do you want me to use the deck?
I'll use the deck. Oh, wait, I remember now. I used my sideways deck.
That's right, you did.
So it's your deck.
Okay. All right.
I remember. Why are you feeling so badly? Let's see what's going on.
Okay, I'm going to use the Gothic Tarot of the Vampires, not because your question was about that, but just because it was right
Just because
there.
vampires. Ah, All right.
Is that your reading or just the general three?
I think in general, let's take a look at
Alrighty.
all the factors. They make put together.
Alrighty. Card one, it's Judgment upright.
Ah, go ahead. Like that.
Card two is the Two of Pentacles reversed. And card three is the Ace of Swords upright. And Lenormand has a ring for us and a key. I like when we get the key and the ring together. I'm not sure why, but it seems sort of cool. So Judgment, Two of
How
Pentacles reversed,
interesting.
and
And
Ace of Swords upright.
so,
Well, you shouldn't be. No, I don't know.
so,
Judgment,
I'm sorry, what is the second one again? Two Pentacles
Two of
reversed.
Pentacles, right?
Yeah, so something feels off kilter to you, out of balance. So you may want to try to do some balancing work with your chakras or other things, or take a look at your life right now and try to figure out what it is that feels out of balance with you. And I'm looking at judgment here. Is it your attitude? Are you not happy with some area of your life right now or a part of yourself? Do you feel like something about yourself needs to change, needs to transform, needs to metamorphose? Do you need to change your look, your appearance, your wardrobe? I mean, I know these things sound kind of trite, but sometimes they make you feel better. Do you feel like you need some kind of makeover to feel better? Physical or internal?
I'll be the more esoteric one, and I wonder if Judgment's presence means that maybe a revelation or a truth you've come across recently troubles you, or maybe even makes you feel a little bit unbalanced. Maybe it challenges what you really were secure about in the sense of either your world or your interactions in the world.
Well,
And so maybe that's what I'm feeling, is the sense of a truth that maybe you're not quite able to resolve or put into balance.
Judgment upright sometimes is about criticism from, well, reversed, usually is constructive criticism from others or yourself. But because the Two of Pentacles is reversed following it, I can't help but wonder if you aren't being a little bit too hard on yourself. Maybe you're being a little bit too hard on yourself, or others have been putting demands on you or expectations on you that you feel, you can't live up to, or you're struggling with that. And so that,
Well, you mentioned college is stressful to some degree.
uh-huh.
Um, I'm not sure what you mean by jumped out of your security, but like maybe you've dropped your awareness of your personal security. I'm not sure if
You
that's
jumped
what you
out
mean.
of your feeling, your sense of self, your security in yourself, your self-confidence, etc.
So I
Okay.
like what she said, though, maybe about
Hmm.
other people, external ideas or events maybe influencing you. Because when I look at the Ace of Swords, this is like maybe the drive to be successful, the push forward. There's a knowledge angle there too, which goes with college. And of course, you started it. So this could be, in fact, epitomizing your start of college. And, even though you might be off to a good start, there's a lot of stress, or there are, factors going on that maybe, put you at stress.
So are you questioning, maybe with the Eight of Swords there? Sometimes the Eight of Swords brings up epiphanies. Maybe recently you've mentioned struggling. Maybe you're wondering if you are on the right path. Maybe you're questioning whether you should be putting your energy into something new. Maybe, you're getting confused by conflicting thoughts here. That stay on the path, get off the path. If people have been putting pressures on you, you feel you're not performing well, you feel pushed or something, you might be losing your confidence or your edge a little bit here. And I think here the key to me is, how committed are you? How committed are you to what's going on in your life right now? And if you're not all in on something, whether it's college or whether it's something else, whether, like I've said, it's even things about your physical appearance and your path and, how you feel about yourself, then you've got to work through that. You've got to find the balance. You've got to restore the balance again, or look for something new to put, to make the change, make the necessary change. It does seem like something is throwing you off balance.
Well, Holly mentions that some of this scares her, and that is, making her ill, and I can relate to that. People get ulcers or other kinds of stomach aches from their fears or their panics. So I can absolutely relate to that, Holly. I do feel that maybe she's on to this. That some of this is about really you doing a self-examination and deciding, are you really committed to this process? So if it is college, you have to really think about this, because it's very likely, if you're young, then your folks or somebody else, has an interest in you being educated. And so you have to come to terms with that too. We know from our own family that sometimes people make those changes themselves too, and we have to be supportive, or be able to, guide them if need be.
Well, almost all these cards here are not negative, except for that Two of Pentacles, the imbalance that you are feeling right now. And, as a person who went to college young, dropped it for a while, went back when I was much older, I have to say to you that it's not easy. And it's going to make you feel uncomfortable and stressful.
She's like us.
Okay, right. And I want you to know, I don't know if it holds true for you today, because I went back in the 90s, the late mid to late 90s, for my degrees, to finish everything off. And all I would say is that I was older. I was in my 40s. And so the thing is, a lot of times professors look at older students, at least back then, more seriously than the younger people. They recognize that you are more serious about your education and stuff. So some of these worries might be just some lack of comfortability with you because you're so much older than a lot of the people maybe in your class. But the bottom line is that you belong. You belong, but it's up to you and how committed you are to this. Uh, don't let yourself be shaken by uncomfortability, because if you really want the degree, you got to work for it, and you're going to struggle a little bit with stuff. It's a given. It's not meant to be easy, because it's not.
I don't want to be flippant, but I can really appreciate what you said about new technologies, because even at my age, I am running into this, because I'm working part-time in my retirement years, and there's always something new going on, and I get very frustrated by it, and frustrated to the point where I consider that maybe I don't belong there either. But you have to find it within yourself to decide goal worth the journey.
And the
And
sad reality of the world today is there's always going to be new technologies. So, like, if you think it's bad now, what's going to happen when you're in the workforce and the manager comes in, or whoever comes in and says, oh, we're using this platform now and you got to learn this, or we're just checking the system and we got to do that. So, the bottom line to me is, as an old hand at this, and I'm going to say, me and Mr. O, we're like, and even we struggle sometimes, but we had to deal with new technology through our entire careers,
yeah,
because libraries have to always be on the cutting edge. And so I have to say here, I was lucky in school, because new technology saved my butt. Because when I started with my journalism degree, my bachelor's degree, we had to do newsletter design and newspaper design by hand. Everything had to be measured, calculated in certain ways. There were formulas for things, and I didn't get it. But guess what? Technology came along, and all of that stuff became automated, and I didn't have to figure that out anymore. Just learn how to use the system. And so try to consider technology is one of those necessary evils, but you can make it your friend, okay? You can make it your friend. See if there's any mentorship you can get that could help you on the side. See if there's even some students that, if you make any friends or connections there that might be able to work with you a little bit on this. But I think you could do well so long as your commitment is truly there.
I know you can do this too, and I appreciate you being very positive here. Some of our reading maybe was too general in certain respects, but what I think you should take away from this is that, calming yourself would be very important to fear and or stomach problems. And so, do things like, if you can, drink chamomile tea or teas like that, or listen to softer music or more abstract tonal things that maybe are calming and meditative. Try to meditate when you can too.
Look into music therapy and binaural beats. There are things that you can listen to that help with a focus, for example, when you're studying at home and things of that nature. When you're trying to learn something new, there's all kinds of
They're on
things.
YouTube also, right?
Oh, absolutely. And there are apps you can get that are highly good at this. You can find things that will help you. So I can't remember the name of my favorite one. I think it's Insights. Insights app might be called that. Not sure, but it has things for cost, but a lot of things that are for free, and you can find things out there tailored to what you need. Music is a great modality for relaxing you. You can use it just for that, getting a good night's sleep, which is important, and for focusing. There's definitely some things that get your mind active, so consider those options as well. And try to relax yourself more and de stress. When you take your shower in the morning, say, I'm eliminating all the anxiety and stress I feel. I'm opening myself to being optimistic of exploring the new things I will be learning today, and just try to do different things to encourage the positive. And I think you'll get back into the swing of it. But I'll tell you what, if you have to work along with your studies, it's never easy. You got to try to find that work life balance too, and it's not easy. I will just say that. But the one thing you have to remember is you won't be a student forever. Okay? You just got to make it through as long as it takes to get that degree, and there is an end in sight. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Holly. Thanks for coming today.
That's what we have for everybody today. Sorry, Garima did not make it. And Garima, if you did post a question, we lost it. We've been having problems with our chat today. That sometimes happens. But check us out next time Thursday, Garima, if you can. We're sorry we missed reading for you today. But that's our show. And I want to thank everybody for coming and wishing you well with what you are trying to pursue in life. Take care. Have a great holiday for those who are celebrating, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.